My name is Catherine, and I'm going to talk about what it's like for me and my view of living in the current pandemic that is coronavirus. As you'll be able to tell from my breathing, I'm an asthmatic, and my asthma at this year time it is bad. It's cold, but it's also getting warm, so that's a fun thing for me. Going from having no worries about walking my dog to then worrying about, did I touch a tree? How close was I to a person? Did my dog touch anybody else? Did anybody touch my dog? Little things that you normally wouldn't think about are heightened. Did I sit on the wall? How long did I touch the wall for? Stuff like that. For me, I'm quite lucky as I live a 5 minute walk away from some woods. And for me, that's the perfect place to go to walk every day. It's spacious, not many people go there, and the scenery is a good view too. Along with me being asthmatic, I'm also dyslexic. So I've gone from having a schedule every week to now I have nothing. And for me, organization is a very big key in my life, which at the moment I don't really have. I went from leaving home at a certain time, being on the bus for a certain time, getting at my university for a certain time, getting to work for a certain time, and now I don't really have anything to do during the day. I've had to make things up to do. I've had to say, alright, I'll get on the PlayStation at this time, I'll call my friend at this time, I will talk to my tutors at this time, just so that my life has still got organisation in it. As I mentioned, I did work. I worked as a part-time employee at a fashion retail shop called Peacocks, and I'm now furloughed. I consider myself to be quite lucky on the fact that I am getting an income, while I know that other people aren't, so I don't really have a lot of things to complain about because I've still got money coming in monthly to my account, even though it is 80%. Along with that, I used to go to university twice a week, and that would be from 9 till 4, maybe later if we had a performance, as I was a performing arts student. Now I am a performing arts student without the performing, but we now have more time to focus on backstage stuff, so written stuff. We've had essays, we've had blogs, vlogs, podcasts. We've had all types of different things going on, meaning that we're still able to learn something, which I am happy about because it gives me something to do. Along with all this, I live with a policeman, and that's my dad. He goes to work every day and he works on the front lines. He goes to neighbourhoods where they're not obeying the law and they're just doing what they want, and he tells them that they need to start obeying the law. And for me and him, it's very hard to not hug each other or high five each other or elbow high five each other because we don't want to risk anything. We're petrified of me getting something and becoming really ill. And with that, it kind of ruins a little bit of you mentally. The thought that if this wasn't happening, I'd be able to hug my dad when he came home from work, and all I can really do is say hi, welcome home, and make a cup of tea or something. As I lived through this, it made me think that the human race has got two pathways that we can go down. The first one, would we become kinder? Would we be more thoughtful, more caring towards people? Would we live in the moment instead of always looking at technology? Will we meet up with our friends more? Will we see our family members that we haven't seen for months? Do more hours working so you can get more money and go on holiday with your friends, with your family? Take up a new skill? Or would we go down the next path, which is being more cruel, more selfish, more thoughtless, more arrogant? Like at the start of the pandemic, where supermarket shelves were empty and people were only ever thinking about themselves and what they needed. I also started to think about pubs. Would we remember what our intake is, what we can handle before things start going wrong? And would we stick to that and have fun, or would we go down the next path, which is going past that and ruining buildings, kicking bins over, stealing things? Even if you don't realise you're doing it, you're doing it. By doing that, you'd cause strain on the NHS. You'd cause strain on the police being called out. There's so many things that we can do as a race so that we can help one another have fun instead of wondering where everybody is. They're saying that the earth is healing, but to me, I think it's also the human race that's healing too. We're spending more time with our loved ones, we're reaching out more, we're thinking of things to do that never would have crossed our minds, we're able to do things that we weren't able to do before. I believe that this is a time where, even though it's hard and it's horrible, we shouldn't take it for granted. I know that I've never spent this much time with my family. I enjoy being on my own, but I've enjoyed the company of movie days or playing on the PlayStation with my brother, or even mum teaching me how to cook things, baking, the once a week talk that I'd have with my friends because they've got their own lives. My friends and I have never been closer. My family and I have never been closer. And after this, I think it's going to be different and it's going to be difficult going back, for me especially, going back to normal life. It's been a big change for everyone, especially for those with underlying health conditions. But I'm hopeful that we will create a better future for ourselves, and I can't see what's going to happen, but you can only pray that we choose the latter out of the two options that we have. I hope that everybody is safe and well. Goodbye.